All right, hello there. I'm going to get started in just a second. Myself situated here. All right, hello there. I'm going to get started in just a second. Myself situated here. Apologize in advance if you hear some very excited dog sounds. My dog's having a doggy play date upstairs as we speak, and they're running around quite enthusiastically. All right, let's do it. Thank you all for joining. Welcome to our weekly onboarding webinar. I'm going to walk you through some of the cool features of Vendorful, how to get started, and just give you some highlights here. So, when you log on to Vendorful, you will see a dashboard that looks something like this. You'll see help video here, an opportunity to add content, which also known as training the AI, and the opportunity to complete a response. The other feature that we have is Ask the AI, and I'll talk about that. In a bit. The most important thing you can do to get started is add content. So let's talk about content. Content can be any kind of text file, such as a Word document or an actual text file, a PDF document. It can also be more structured data, like the most useful content is a past RFP response, because it's specifically a past RFP questionnaire, because it's got a nice structure to it. This is a question, this is an answer. That's really helpful for training the AI and providing content where the AI knows that in order to answer this question, or question that looks like this, I can look at this specific content rather than just trying to infer from a block of text what might be relevant. It can do both. I'm just saying the more structured data is the most helpful. The other thing you can do is you can import a URL. So if you actually just have like a marketing website, so I can just import vendorful.ai and add this to my content library. We'll just go scrape the website, just the page that you specify. We won't go and do the whole website because you may not want to include everything. You may just want to point to help documentation. You might want to point to marketing material. You might want to point to a specific landing page that has helpful content. Point is, whatever URL you think is going to be helpful, you can add to your content library directly. Let's talk about these labels here. In addition to downloading content, you can also label your content. This helps categorize it so that if you want to answer questions or answer a specific RFP or answer a security questionnaire, say, you don't want the AI to be looking at marketing materials. You only want it to be, looking at materials that are specifically tagged with security. You can do that. So, this one is just general, so I'm actually going to leave it unlabeled. That's fine. I'm actually going to delete this in a second for reasons I'll explain. But the content labels will help you organize the content that you've imported, not just by type of content, but also like the type of document, but the material that's contained therein. It's really flexible. You can make up your own labels. You can label by product. You can label by category. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to do, I'll show you how they're used in a couple minutes. Now, to set the stage for what we're looking at here, in this fictitious environment, or in this demo environment, we're looking at a fictitious company called Acme CRM. and it has a CRM product. So all the content that you see in here is related to CRM software, except this URL I just imported, which I'm going to delete because it's actually not relevant to Acme CRM. Okay, and you see each of these is classified by who uploaded it, when it was uploaded, and what labels we've applied to it. And as I said, when we get to the response, we'll be able to use those labels to inform the response that you provide. Let's talk about responses. So let's just say we've received an RFP. I'm going to upload an RFP here. You've got an incoming RFP, and it can be in Word format or it can be in Excel format. I'm going to start with an Excel document. You see it comes in. It looks like Excel in the browser. We're going to take this document. We're going to complete the RFP inline, or it could be a security questionnaire. It could be any kind of questionnaire that you receive in Excel. It could be an onboarding document. We provide you with something that looks like Excel in the browser so that you can fill in all the answers right in the spreadsheet and then download them at the end in exactly the format that your customer or your prospect or whoever it is you're responding for is hoping to see it. All you have to do is you have to tell the AI, hey, these are the questions. We call this annotation. You have to annotate the document, say these are the questions, these are the answers. You'll see we support these yes/no questions. That's a pretty common thing that you'll see where there's like a multiple choice, yes, no, NA, and then a comment field. We support that. So now I've told the AI, hey, this is what the spreadsheet looks like. These are questions. These are where the answers go. Go ahead and start doing it. That's it. I mean, that took me like, what, 10 seconds to annotate the document. Now it's just going to go understand the document and start drawing on the content library to produce answers to those questions in the spreadsheet. So as soon as it finishes processing the questions here, you'll see that the next thing it asks me is about the labels that I referenced earlier. So here we go. Optionally, now that it has looked at the document and sort of understood what's in there, I can tell it, what do I want to use for all this? I can, include everything. I can include a subset. If I use nothing, if I do nothing, then it's going to include everything. So I just want to use all the content in our library to answer this RFP. But like I said, if I was responding to a security questionnaire, maybe I only want to use the security documents, and I would just select security. If I am responding to an RFI, maybe I don't want to get into a lot of technical details, so I want to exclude the security. It really depends. But you have that flexibility. You can also use it to classify different products. So let's just say that you offer, let's say Acme CRM offers both CRM and marketing automation. If they receive a marketing automation RFI, maybe they want to, or RFP, maybe they want to exclude all the information about CRM. If they receive a CRM RFP, maybe they want to exclude everything about marketing automation. They have that flexibility. It's really up to you how you classify your content. Or you don't have to do it at all. Just let the AI figure it out. That's honestly what we do. And it works really well. Okay, so this is chugging away. You can see that it goes about 5 to 15 seconds per answer, and that depends on both the complexity of the question, the length of the answer, a variety of factors. But it'll get through, 50 to 100 questions in a few minutes. While it's wrapping this up, we talk about Ask the AI. Ask the AI is a very cool feature. It's available through the interface here. It's also available through Slack or Teams at a higher at the pro subscription level. And what it does, what Ask the AI does, is it allows you to ask any kind of general question of your content library and let the AI act as your subject matter expert on anything related to your content. So let's say a prospect asks you about encryption. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. What is your encryption policy? And let's just say I only want to reference security documents. So I'm going to, there we go. This is our encryption policy as it pulled from our security documents. Let's just say we want to know about where is your application? Oops. Where is your application hosted? I'll just leave this as a general thing. Maybe it's going to pull this information from RFPs. There we go. You can ask any kind of question. You can ask this, as I said, through Slack or through Teams, and just get quick answers to questions to help you respond to whatever comes up. So let's just say a customer wants to ask about what does a typical implementation look like. I think it has enough information to answer this. So there we go. We'll find out in a second. The joys of doing live demos. Yep, there we go. So whatever it is that comes up, rather than going and bothering internal subject matter experts, you can just get the answer that you need straight from your content. It's really up to you, whatever you need to find out. Okay, let's go back to the response that we started filling out. So we can see that it has finished answering this. We can see there's one missing answer, which we'll talk about. And it's gone through and it has done a pretty good job of providing reasonable looking answers here. So let's pick one to drill into here. All right, here we go. Let's do integrations here. This was phrased in a funny way, right? The customer asked, does your CRM merge with other enterprise tools? Kind of a strange way of asking the question, but they're asking about integrations, and it looks like the AI figured out they're talking about integrations as well. Let's drill in, we'll look at the related content. So you can see that these are the actual RFP answers. We have specific questions and answers that it referenced, and you can see that it is smart enough to not just keyword match, but to figure out this question is about integrations. So the most relevant content here is this question I answered before about integrations. And so, the very, very first line in here references these specific applications that you integrate with. You can also see that it has, referenced some text content from your content library. All of these things together, it sort of figured out how to put this information together. So you see that it also figured out that okay, marketing automation, there's content in here about plugging into marketing automation software. So that is relevant to the question of integrations. It's not just, specific things that were referenced in this specific question, but all the things that, all the answers I've given in the past about things that are related to integrations. Now, if you wanted to keep this simple and just say I actually don't want to talk about marketing automation, this is it. Just want to talk about these integrations. I've used this answer in the past. It's to the point. Just select it, and you can use the answer right from your content library. If you want to edit it, you can edit it right here. We also integrate with major marketing automation solutions. We'll add that answer. And so now you see that whereas before we had 38 that were answered by the AI, now we've got one answered by the human and one missing an answer. Let's look at this one. Which city has the best pizza? Okay, so there's no content in the content library about pizza. And this is important. Those of you who are familiar with some of the recent innovations in AI may have heard about hallucinations, this possibility of AI models inventing answers because they want to be helpful. It's not helpful if you are trying to produce correct information that's going to be customer facing. You don't want to make up answers. So we spent a lot of time tuning and configuring our AI so that it won't just make up answers. In this case, there's no content related to which city has the best pizza. Now, you can see that it did find, it did the best it could to say, well, all right, these are the closest matches. What we're not showing here is it scores the matches. So, under the surface, this would have received a pretty poor score because this is not a very good match, right? And so what the AI said is, okay, like I've got the things that are closest. I've pulled together some content that is as close as I can get to this. But none of it's really helpful. So I'm just not going to answer rather than make something up. So we can add an answer ourselves, and then we're good to go. And then download the response, and it'll come out in Excel format, ready for review, ready to go back to your customer in exactly the format they requested. And that's the bulk of it. So the last thing I will mention is if you ever run into any issues, you need help button is right down here. Got questions, you can search our knowledge base, and you can contact us very easily. These emails come straight to the whole team, and we're always available to help, and we're eager to hear from you. So with that, I'm going to end the stream. Wish you all the best of luck. If you run into any issues, reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.